revision. So today's this session will see so overall revision of the applet class, applet thing. So it's a part in the unit 4. So just to discuss syllabus here. First to applet. Applet is just a small application or Java program. It can run on the internet server or that is web browser. So and the applet class will get that one from applet package. Here the applet package and applet is applet class. You can identify this small a is a package and this capital A is the class. Okay, this applet class will provides various methods and all those methods will be used to override. So the new applet can override those and it can adjust the features. But if you observe, the applet programs won't contain any method because the applet programs will not start themselves because the applet programs must be executed by other one in web browsers or applet viewers. So like this. So first you have to create the applet program. That after that, after compiling it, that will be executed either in the browser or applet viewer. In applet viewer also, if you want to make it, I mean, if you want to do that process in quicker time, you can do that one by directly by executing the Java program. So this can be done, but only if we include the applet this tag information inside the Java. Otherwise, the normal first way is we have to create the applet this Java code and applet this HTML code. So and add this class file in this applet tag, then execute the HTML in a browser as well as applet viewer. Then that will be executed. So these are the ways to execute the applet program and creating the applet program also. You can create either by using applet class or Swing class. So all these concepts are related to applet class only. In the next part of course we will see Swing class. So now these are the points which will give the differences between applet and standalone application. So applets are meant for the web service, and these are not standalone. So that no need to have main method, and it requires an HTML code to execute that, and JVM. So JVM also a very important one at the client side. That JVM can be installed in the respective web browser by using some plugins. So in previous class in lab, I have shown the web browser, even though we enable the Java plugins and Internet Explorer and the other things, those are not able to execute the older version concepts, that is applet concept. So, so that is one concept, different concepts. Okay. So these are all some differences between normal Java and applets program. So the next important thing is life cycle of an applet. Applet consisting of mainly 5 methods and 4 states. Those 4 states are first bound state. So it will come from initialized method. Next is start state. So once then it will start, then it will be in a runnable state. So in runnable state, by using paint method, you can perform actions. You can update anything inside the applet. Once you stop, it will go to idle state. In that state, again you can start that. You can start that applet if you want. You can start by using start method. Once you destroy, then you cannot start. So after destroying that one, again you have to initialize the applet. You can perform from starting initialize method. So this is the life cycle of method. Next types of applet, 2 types are there: applet class and Swing class. So next applet class contains provides the AWT. It's the features of AWT, that abstract window toolkit, and there we can get our interface. Our outputs can be visible. You can see our outputs there in AWT window. That is by using applet viewer. And these are all the various methods. If you observe all, I think almost I discussed all the methods, maximum methods, code base, document base, all these things. Destroy, stop, put, init, all these things. 24 methods are there. Based on the application, based on the necessity, you can use those methods. Next to the HTML tag, inside the HTML code, that applet tag. The applet tag is one of the very important one. Because of the subnet tag, only the HTML is able to identify the update file. So we'll write the update class file there, bytecode there, we'll add there, so that that bytecode will be executed at a respective mission client side. And this field is important. And width the height is, these are also important. The remaining all are optional. Based on the requirement, you can use this. So these are all the description about each field. Parameters. These are also last concept. So update tag is will also have one tag, that is parameter name. So if you want to pass the parameter, so you can give the name in attribute, and you can give the value here for that parameter. So these are all this is about the description of those tags. So next to some examples we have seen there. Banner update. So this can be a banner can be created by using the update, and in that banner we also practice that how we can use threads there. Because if an activity must be done along with the update, then you can consider that activity as a separate thread. And that thread as well as update both will be executed in parallel. So that is the feature of threads inside the updates. So on the next we can pass the parameters to updates also. That parameter can be passed by using the get parameter method. So what is the feature of this one is, can change the data. For example, in previous banner update, in first program, only one message will be displayed continuously in a separate thread. But if you want to change that message, if you want to change that content, you can change that. You can change that one by passing the parameters. Because through the parameter, we can change the message. Whatever the message you want, you can change that one, and that will be executed inside the banner. So this is the one feature of passing parameters to objects. You can change the inputs, and those inputs will come from the update tag. So that's important. The update tag or HTML code is able to send the data, and the Java code will collect it, and the respective action will be done. So this is the example for passing the parameters. So if inside the update, if you observe, we are passing the data here. These values will go to respective string the start method, and those things, whatever the values there, those values will be printed by using the graphics drawstring method. Next one, interface is there in updates. That interface feature is it is possible to transfer the control from applet to some other URL. And another feature is, if you observe first point, that can be done by using active images and animations. We know there will be links in, with text. For example, text ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. Text click చేస్తే మనకు link, for example, www.something ఏదో ఒక లింక్ ఉంది అనుకోండి, that link will be present in the text form. So you can, if you click that link, that control will go to some other thing. That instead of that link, rather than using that link, it is also Java provides the facility to use active images and animation features. So that if you click those pictures and animations, then the respective image, respective document or file will be open. Control will be transferred from the applet to there. So this could be done by using two methods. First one is, but first to get update context method. It gets the context of that update, means that information of the update. From that, by using that, after knowing that the context, then show document. Show document will show that the respective. Meanwhile, one more method is there. Third method, that is get code base. So this method will get the address of the URL of that particular web page or file. So by using this one, by using the show document method, it is possible to uh, transfer the control from applet to some other page. Means from applet to we can go to some other document or some other uh, web page or some other thing. So this is about the interface that the applet context interface. Okay. Any more doubts in this? I mean, in this concept, just see the syllabus. If you have any doubts, just let me know. Any doubt in that? Okay, you do one thing.